podcast at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA.
Oh, baby. Empire Talks back. I'm Wallace Allen here on KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, emanating from the wonderful source of America's greatness, the Inland Empire of Southern California. I know you wish you were here, but since you're not, I'm going to tell you what it's all about. It's all about what we generate, how we actually operate, how we function together here in the Inland Empire. And I say it very proudly, almost arrogantly, because when I wake up and look at the beautiful mountains to the north and to the east, and I look to the west and I see the beautiful aura of the ocean. Inland Empire, we're 50 miles from everything that's good, and everything that's good is 50 miles from a place that's great. So I said it, I like it, I love the Inland Empire. Matter of fact, it's kind of supersonic, if you know what I mean. Here in the Inland Empire, we generate things, we make things happen. We are often regarded as, a place where people go to rest. Well, you do. You can come out here and rest, but you can also come out here and participate. Oh, my goodness, and we're nosy here in the Inland Empire. That's J.J. Fad. You've heard that song. You probably did a lot of things to that music. Supersonic. J.J. Fad, that group of young ladies from the Inland Empire, and they're about to be acknowledged at another level. They sold, I don't know, a couple of jillion records, but they're about to have a street named after them here in San Bernardino, a ceremony taking place on the wait a minute. Did it already take place? It could have. That's how I am. Let's see. J.J. Fad. I'm reading out of West Side Story newspaper. I should have had that probably set up a little bit. It may be too late for you guys to go, but you can play that music some more. June 11th. Yeah, it was. Yesterday. Yep. Supersonic. Had a street named after him. I don't know the name of the street, but it's J.J. Fad Street. I don't know where it is, and the first person that can give me a call and tell me they're traveling on J.J. Fad Street will give you a nice something. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll put it together, make it be worth at least $10.50. That's the name of the radio station. But you say, wait a minute, it's 102 point. It couldn't be about that part. You never know. Give us a call. Let me know if you know anything about where the J.J. Fad Avenue is. Great thing. I want to say supersonic in another way. I was fortunate enough to meet a man back in 1975, 76. My mother introduced him. He became her husband, became my stepfather, became an ally, became a beacon, became a friend, became someone that I never knew I depended on, but boy, when I drove up into the house the other day and he wasn't sitting out in the driveway, I realized how much I depended upon him to help set an attitude of things are cool. I miss you, Pop. We all miss you. But as we miss you, we arrogantly understand that we've been privileged to know a very unique person. You are the grandfather of my children, of my sister's children, and they all super love you. So, supersonic. The Inland Empire is a product, a place for love. It's a place for generating new things. And today's show, we'll talk about some of those things. One of them will celebrate and nationally known, internationally known artist, Mr. Charles Bibbs. He is a product, lives in the Inland Empire. We claim him as one of our treasures. There's a concert today being put on in the city of Riverside at White Park. It's a free concert, unless you want to sit up close, then you have to buy some tickets. But it's a great situation. We're going to talk about that. We have Mr. Jelani Bakari, who will be on the phones with us discussing that right after the break. And then we also have something that I admire. Fortunately, I have to admire it from a distance. Even as a child, I wasn't one who worked too well on roller skates, any kind of rollers. Total admiration. We have Coach Cooley here. He's a skateboarder, a man who uses that magnet to reach out to young folk and teach them life-redeeming things, and we appreciate that aspect of it too. So we're looking forward to that conversation. But once again, I want to salute James Homer Stevens. That's my stepfather, my father, my friend, since 1975. We'll miss you, but we'll salute you with a laugh and a grin, and always remember that you were like, maybe not the spectacular sequoia tree, but you certainly were all of the minerals and nourishment that fed that tree to help it to greatness, and it's going to be proved by how your grandbabies do. And I see them all progressing, and I know that they all reach back and reach over, and at some point, Grandpa Steve. So once again, a privilege to know you, and I will continue to honor you by, those things that we like to do together, and we'll keep them private. They've always been that way, and we'll continue with that. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we get a shot at talking to Mr. Jelani Bakari about this great concert this afternoon in White Park in Riverside that you still have access to getting tickets for, or getting out there quickly because it's free unless you want a VIP seat. Now, White Park ain't that big, but I'll tell you what, sitting up close is going to be real good. We'll be right back after this short break. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. See you in a minute.
It'll blow your mind, and if you don't like my beats, I'll go big in your behind.
Hey, kiddo, ready to catch that movie?
Almost. Wallet, phone, keys, mask. Yep, all set.
A mask? It's not required, is it?
No, but it's gonna be busy and crowded, so I'll feel better with it on.
You right. It is open at night. Let me grab mine.
Nice! You passed the vibe check, Dad!
Wearing a mask when it can help protect you.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131.
We now return to the adventures of Vaccine and Booster, Ultimate COVID-19 Warriors.
Vaccine.
Yeah, Booster.
This COVID-19 and its pesky variants have gotten way out of hand.
They are no match for us.
Repeat the mission.
Protect the community, reduce hospitalizations and death.
Because we're the best protection available. Fact.
Watch out! Incoming!
Shields up. Take that, COVID-19.
And that.
Find safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines and boosters near you. Visit myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KCAA.
Oh, baby. We're back. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We are talking about the greatness of the Inland Empire, which, of course, is because of the great people that are out here. And one of them is the gentleman we're going to talk to, Mr. Jelani Bakari, a man of influence, a man of unique powers, not necessarily, I don't know, maybe he can fly. I can't say that he can't. I can only say that he hasn't done it in front of me. Jabari. I didn't say that right. What did I say? How you,
I'm trying to remember.
hello?
We're going to do, to support the actual.
So we're sneaking into a private conversation, but that's what we do. We are journalists. We might tell it, we may not, but we certainly do want to get with it. Jelani.
Yes, I can barely hear you, but what's up, man?
Oh my goodness, God is great. I'm extremely grateful. I don't know why you can't hear me.
Yeah, it seems rough, but I'm trying to do it. It seems rough. I'm here on Market Street at the park.
Okay, I'm hearing you
repeat.
Riverside. We're going to call you back.
Enjoying this beautiful day.
We're going to call you back. Call him back. Do that over again. That doesn't mean I'm going to start all over, folks. But while we are trying to get Jelani Bakari back on the line to discuss this concert this afternoon, I do want to acknowledge the fact that Lou Dowdy's here of What It Do with Lou, and she has with her Coach Cooley. He is our skateboard, I want to say adventurer. It's like jumping out of an airplane as far as I'm concerned, skateboarding. So we'll get a chance to talk to you later.
Yes.
But hello, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good to be here. Happy Sunday, folks.
Yes. In terms of skateboard, you're young, you're much younger than I am. What made you decide to get on a skateboard?
Just being ambitious, being adventurous, being young.
Okay, and you saw, and people around you were skateboarding and stuff like that. So, I understand some enthusiasm about it, but the general bravery, what else did you jump out of trees and stuff like that, or did you fall a lot, or what? When I think about skateboarding, I think about falling, and that may be why I never was good at it or even tried to be good at it. So I have a deep admiration for doing that. Just it's kind of tough, We're talking to Coach Cooley. Lou, introduce Coach.
Hey, what's up, you guys out there in Radio Land? It's Lou. What it do? And as he stated, we have Coach Cooley. I had an opportunity to meet this gentleman in us orchestrating on the San Bernardino Juneteenth event that's taking place this coming Saturday. Make sure you guys check it out at Valley College. Got to get that plug. But he's actually going to be doing a skateboarding clinic. They're blessing kids, youth with pro skateboards and helmets. But I'm going to shut up and I'm going to go ahead and introduce, because I messed his whole title up when I did the flyer. So without further ado, this is what it do, y'all. Coach Cooley.
My goodness. Okay, I don't know how you goofed it up.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Coach, tell us about your plans at Juneteenth. What are you going to be doing with the young folk and why?
So my plans for Juneteenth is to give away 30 complete skateboards and helmets to youth recipients from the city of San Bernardino.
How are we going to decide who those youth are?
So we going to do first come, first served basis. So if you want a complete skateboard, I'd advise you to get out there kind of early.
Okay. Are they going?
One per household.
One per household.
Right. Okay. So that makes that. How do you tell? The household.
We're going to keep an eye on them.
I know you're not going to be trying to take one back if you find something out, so you're going to be
no,
careful.
If I slip, it's all good. They got that.
On the front end. Yeah. Are there going to be any skateboard demonstrations or exhibits out there at all?
Absolutely. We're going to hold a clinic. We have a few professional skaters turning out for the event and actual skaters from the local skate shops that's in San Bernardino. I'm connected with them as well, so they're all going to come out and support. And we're going to just hold a clinic and show kids how to stand on a board, how to, push, how to tic-tac, and talk to them about just skateboarding being a tool that can be used to build resiliency, the mental wellness side of skateboarding.
So you're going to be passing out tic-tacs?
No, tic-tac is the name of a trick.
Oh.
It's a little trick. It's something that kids learn. It's like the first trick a kid will ever learn is a tic-tac. Yeah.
I was looking at some information about skateboarders, and I see that you have a regular foot, goofy foot.
Yep. And that's all about your stance, yep.
Look at you.
Yeah,
okay,
he's educating himself.
Well, I felt like goofy foot was fitting me because I definitely put
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
So that means just whatever stance you're comfortable on the board in. On when you're on the board, like however you initially like go and stand on the board for the first time, in a way that you feel comfortable, that'll be your stance. So if you go up there and stance goofy, then you're comfortable, then you're goofy. But if you go and you turn regular and you feel comfortable, it's regular. So that's how you determine that.
So that doesn't mean your right foot is your kick foot or your left foot is your kick foot.
Right. So with goofy, your left foot.
Right. He in here. He studied. He went he was like Google. He was like Alexa.
I love it.
Find something that'll do what you tell it to do. It's kind of hard to leave it alone, you know.
Right. So when you're skating goofy, your left foot is on the board and you're pushing. Excuse me, your right foot is on the board and you're pushing with your left, and vice versa for skating regular.
Okay, so regular means
is your right foot on the board and your left foot on the board, but you're pushing. It's like your open
right
side to the
so,
right.
So it's kind of like
is to the left.
Okay, so it's kind of like we talk about right-handed and left-handed.
Absolutely.
Okay, since it's more people that are right-handed, we end up calling left-handed people kind of goofy-handed, hard to eat.
Right. That's the simulation.
So
That's
we're dealing with another level of division
you
here.
You said that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe we want to kind of change some of these names here, become a little more athletically, politically correct. Because Goofy Foot. Think about it. You know, there's nothing really attractive about being described as, hey, there's old Goofy Foot Wallace, no matter how, you know, so.
Skateboarding is so free-spirited and open in that, you know, people don't really pay attention to that aspect.
I did. But then again, I'm not about to get on the skateboard.
Why not? Why not? You said something really quick about before you kind of like went into everything about that. It helps with the mental health. I want to hear more about that. I think that's important.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on with that right now. Yeah. I'm actually like helping the USC skate study and facilitating. They came up with an amazing study of just all these findings that skateboarding has for kids. And, you know, by you just being a skater, the many times you try to land a trick, that builds in resiliency. It builds confidence. It builds self-discipline.
Every
you know what I'm saying?
And get up from falling
you falling
down.
Up, and those things that carry over into real life. Because, you know, life can get hard. And by being a skater, you can take that with you when life throw you some curveballs, you know? So those things and the community that it builds, it's an inclusive community. And it brings people from all backgrounds together like no other sport that you can even imagine. So that's the beauty.
I'm enthused about anything that creates that individual self-pride, but does it in a way that makes you realize that you're also fitting in with other people.
Absolutely.
And so there's a team even on the individual sport there. That's great. I appreciate that. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. We're going to open up our other level of conversation here about, you know, what it takes when we decide to recognize and acknowledge other people's greatness and really the greatness that brings out in you when you do it. I'm going back again to how well remembered we all want to be, and it's all pretty much based on how much you do for other folks while you're here. And I can prove that once again as I talk about my Honorable James Homer Stevens, stepfather who passed this past week, passed into the point of Foreverland, and you know he'll be here with us forever now. You know, we used to get to miss him because we didn't see him on the weekend, but now, you know, he's there forever. So we all got him, and we all got you, and we all have the opportunity to be something special. And we'll get back to talk about some special people right after this break.
This is KCAA.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
Okay, this is the lightning round. Category Save Our Water. Kiki from Cali, are you ready?
Woo, let's do it.
True or false? Cleaning dishes by hand uses less water than a dishwasher.
True. Oh.
Ooh, a dishwasher saves more water.
Okay.
Next, using a broom or a leaf blower instead of a hose to clean outside saves less water.
False. Oh.
Save 6 gallons per minute by not using a hose.
Oh, no way.
Test your skills and learn more water-saving tips at SaveOurWater.com. Make it your biz to take the quiz.
KCAA Loma Linda.
Empire Talks Back. Empire Talks Back. That's because we are the Inland Empire. We're east of Los Angeles, one of the most famous places on the planet. We're north of San Diego, south of San Francisco, lodged in between Los Angeles and Palm Springs. Beautiful place. Mountains, sunshine. Sometimes it's hot, like today it's hot. But by this evening it'll be cool. And you'll like it, and you'll wish you were here, and I wish you were here too, but since you can't be, we're going to bring it to you a little bit. Today, for instance, if you were here at the Inland Empire, you would be able to go and see a great, or to participate in a great experience this afternoon at White Park in the city of Riverside. There's some trees out there, not everywhere, but there's some trees and shade, and there's going to be great music and all that stuff. Jelani Bakari, how are you, sir? Jelani? This is an example of, when you know you got something good,
right?
And I ain't gonna say the devil, but something keeps jumping up, interfere, try to stop the conversation. Are we on a? Are you talking? Hello, Jelani. Are you there? Okay. I don't know. Try to give him a number. Maybe he can call in because it sounds like he's. Yeah. You're on. Folks, it's important for us to realize that life doesn't always go the way you want. Here today, gone tomorrow. So you have to sometimes enjoy things that really aren't yours. Like right now, I'm trying to speak to Mr. Jelani Bakari, and I think that he's trying to take care of business with this concert by having a call with me. And what do they call it? You got 2 people on the line? Yeah. Yeah. Are you there? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you trying to have me?
There you go.
You trying to have me talk to somebody else through your phone?
Oh, yeah, man. It's rough, but we can do it.
I told you he was Superman. He's trying to fly, too. Are you hoovering in the air as you do this?
Oh, yeah, man. Sitting out here at 3901 Market Street, getting Afro Noon prepared, for the community today.
Say that again. Afro
Noon, starting at 12 noon. It's art, music, literature, information, health, culture, all of it working for you.
Very good. And it's say the address again.
3901 Market Street in the city of Riverside.
Going to have food out there.
Downtown, oh yeah, we have food trucks, vendors, we have, information for children, we have photos, we have clothes, we have African artifacts, we have health artifacts, We have information for fair housing from the NAACP, from the city. Everyone's out here making it a communal event. We have a beer garden. But most importantly, we have a Charles Bibbs art exhibit right in the center, going on with music, a concert, artists. Everything's going on, and we just need you guys here to make this a successful and very organized and lovely event.
Well, we leave the air at 11 o'clock, so the Afro Noon is a perfect timing as far as Empire Talks Back is concerned. So that's
definitely
wonderful. Now, I understand there's a point and a purpose beyond well, I guess it's the same thing. We want to honor Charles Bibbs, honor the establishment of the museum.
But even in honor him, we want to start to let folks know that we want to build, create, and maintain our own, and that's creating a museum of art and culture in the name of Charles Bibbs here in the Inland Empire, where we can begin to keep, store, and have the artifacts that particularly play to the Black and African American experience.
Sounds supersonic to me. Sounds very supersonic.
All we need is you guys' help. Come out here and support the folks, say hi. You know, it's hard, but we're outside, so we can show a lot of love and give a few hugs.
That's a real deal. So we're starting at noon. It's set to go from noon to 7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Downtown Riverside, White Park. Bring your own chairs and blankets, right?
Yep, bring your own chairs and blanket, enjoy yourself, or go on Eventbrite, do Afro Noon, and buy a VIP ticket for $45. If not, it's free.
Well,
it's free $99. So please come, enjoy yourself, and if you want a VIP package, that's only $45.
Okay, and we can pick that up when we get there, or it has to be through Eventbrite?
Yeah, well, you can pick it up when you're here, but it's much better if you do it through Eventbrite. Get your banner. Like I said, we have a beer garden, we have music, we have concert artists, everything going on. We have so many different groups and clothing, and I'm sitting right here looking at Music Changing Lives by Adam, looking at STEM opportunities for students, looking at clothing, looking at the Battalion Scholarship Fund. It's just so many things that are open, and this is designed for us as Black people to see the uniqueness and the culture and art that we bring to our community.
And, of course, that means we're on exhibit, so everybody's invited.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Everybody.
Yep. We will not be doing the brown bag test or anything there, right?
This stuff.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Hold on. We have a question.
Hi. What comes with the VIP ticket?
What comes with the VIP is shade, food.
Shade. You can stop right there. Shade.
Right.
Okay.
Seating arrangements. You know, the whole thing. We set it up for the people, you know, to have that particularly ambiance, food, and, well, more than anything, shade. Somewhere you can go to that you know it's shaded.
Nice.
That's amazing. That part right there. You just sold, I know, at least 2 more tickets. Well, listen, tell us a little bit more about the museum. Tell us where we are with that, how people can support the museum.
We're starting. We're in our development stage. Mm-hmm. We're a 501c3. We have all of our paperwork, our charitable organization. We've created, you know, the structure in order to now bring more people into, you know, the framework. And now that's why today is so important, because we want to let the community know what we've been doing, but how far we need to go and how much help and support we need in doing this for us.
Very good. Very good. Well, please, if you will, consider Empire Talks Back as an ancillary committee member at your service. So we would like to.
And I definitely will. And I said, if people want to see what's possible, come to Riverside and go to the Cheech. Come to the museum it's a Chicano museum. Come to the Cheech and look at that and see what's possible for us with the biz. It's our imagination. It's what we create, and we're doing it. We're starting it. We hope have you out here today at noon here at 3901 Market. Thank you very much, and hope to see you here.
Well, listen, I do not have to go play for the Warriors today. Our game is tomorrow. So my energies will be able to come play point guard out there with you. See you soon.
Oh, yeah. Come and take a picture with Charles Bibb. Say hi and enjoy yourself. Bring your kids. They're right up under this huge tree. They got crayons. They got all sorts of stuff from the Riverside Public Library. They have stuff for kindergartners and Read Beyond the Beaten Path. So they're talking about backpack giveaways, reading, and various experiences to get kids to enjoy, their time here up under a tree.
I told you he was Superman. That's my friend Jelani Bakari, your friend Jelani Bakari, the guy who helps put it together. We'll be back right after this break, and we'll talk more about the wonders of the Inland Empire, Juneteenth coming. Activities abound, and of course, not just activities to keep you busy, but activities to build your character, to build your self-esteem, to build your ability to help build our communities. And Coach Cooley will be talking about that type of impact from skateboarding right after this break.
I know you refuse to be held down anymore.
This is KCAA.
We now return to the adventures of Vaccine and Booster, Ultimate COVID-19 Warriors.
Vaccine.
Yeah, Booster.
This COVID-19 and its pesky variants have gotten way out of hand.
They're no match for us.
Repeat the mission.
Protect the community, reduce hospitalizations and death.
Because we're the best protection available. Fact.
Watch out! Incoming!
Shields up. Take that, COVID-19.
And that.
Find safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines and boosters near you. Visit myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
Hey, kiddo, ready to catch that movie?
Almost. Wallet, phone, keys, mask. Yep, all set.
A mask? It's not required, is it?
No, but it's gonna be busy and crowded, so I'll feel better with it on.
You right. It is open at night. Let me grab mine.
Nice! You passed the vibe check, Dad!
Wearing a mask when it can help protect you and others is just one way to keep each other safer. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KCAA.
We're back to discuss, the future, and you can't do much of that without discussing the past. So, we were just discussing, were there skateboards around when you were coming up, Wallace? Well, there were wheels, and so when you had the wheels, you had adventurous people, and, they even had cars, really, when I was a little kid.
Love it.
Yep. So, Coach Cooley.
Yes, sir.
You were discussing the impact of skateboarding on some of the young people beyond the bumps and bruises. As a matter of fact, you were discussing some of the good aspects or the good returns from the deposits made with the scars and bumps and falling down.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us more about the impact of getting back up.
The impact of getting back up as a skater is just building that resiliency, like just trying tricks over and over, like getting up 1,000 times, and you didn't see the actual one that he made, all the shots that he missed, but you see all the ones that he landed. But you don't know that he took 50 tries to get it, you know? But that's that resiliency that skateboarding builds. And, you know, it gives kids a sense of belonging, you know? I think all youth want to feel like they belong to something or be a part of something. I know I did. So that's what I think, I know skateboarding offers kids, you know, something to be a part of, and gives them that discipline that it takes to learn tricks. It gives them confidence when they land it. And then it gives them just a sense of community, because skateboarding brings people from all nationalities and backgrounds together. So it'll take a kid that's from South Central, out the hood, and he'll have friends that's white, Asian, all these different nationalities because of skateboarding. It'll take him outside of his element, his box, and everything that he know. And that's what it did for me.
Where does this take place? It's taking them out of their element. We're going to skateboard from Compton to the Valley, skateboard. How do they get together? What brings them together?
Skate parks, social media, skate spots, mainly, are the ways that, you know, skaters connect. But mainly the skate park, you know, which is a safe haven. I heard they got like 2 or 3 out here, and they closed down one. So I'm working with the ICUC to help them open that back up, because they said it was for graffiti, but we need kids to have a place where they can skate. Skateboarding is graffiti is art, and it's all culturally entwined with skateboarding. It's like the same thing. So we need to get in front of the right people to let them know that, and be able to convey that to them, and have that space open for the kids to come and play. Because I actually know the guys that run the skate shop that's like a block away from the actual skate park that was shut down. And they was just telling me the impact that it was having on the community. The kids ain't got nowhere to go.
Well, no, if the fact when they close these places down, the impact, the kids, since they can't go do what they want to do, they end up going to do what they think they're going to do, and stuff happens.
Absolutely.
And it's really the fault of those. Well, let me get back over to the positive side here. With skateboarding, I see skateboarding is now an Olympic event.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's another level of movement that a skateboarder can look to, so that as old man Alan sitting across the street wondering what these kids are doing, they're rolling toward not only that stardom future that the Olympics might bring, but they're pro skateboarders. These bumps and bruises have created a lane to not only stardom, but to fortune.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, what kind of money are skateboarders making as you discuss their skateboarding ability, then there's the endorsements?
Absolutely. So skateboarding is basically the foundation of that can lead to a lot of other different things and outlets for you to make money. So if you skateboarding and you getting paid from your company, you got a shoe sponsor that's paying you, you have, you know, a wheel sponsor that's paying you, then you might have a clothing sponsor or any other sponsor out there that want to reach out to you. That all comes together collectively to earn a nice living per month, you know? So it's kind of like not having all your eggs in one basket. That's what I tell a lot of the kids, because a lot of them kind of like just want to get sponsored. And now it ain't even about getting sponsored anymore. Like you said, it's the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Skateboard is being implemented in high schools. I actually had the honor of judging like the first high school skate competition ever in San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nice. So San Diego is already pushing the movement forward down there with skate clubs in high schools being implemented. And I'm actually trying to get it into LAUSD right now. And I want to bring that to the IE too.
What type of access do young people have to making money, going pro, understanding too that if you're going to bring it into high schools, bring it into the colleges, they have that, amateur status and things of that sort. Has any of that caused a problem or?
No, not even. No, it's actually been welcomed with open arms for skateboarding, because we coming out of this subculture phase as being looked at as this renegade bad thing. But now when I can tell Mr. Allen across the street, like, we in the Olympics now, we in high schools now, like, you got all this programming that's being implemented in these through parks and recs everywhere.
Right.
So like the culture is actually progressing, and I'm blessed and happy to be on the front line of that to help navigate that and facilitate the programming that's needed for the youth.
How much is involved in the skate park? Are there temporary things that you can set up for, like you're going to do the exhibit at Valley College? Are you going to bring in any equipment or a special track, or are you going to use what's there?
We're just going to use what's there.
Oh, that's
for
exciting.
liability purposes, not to do too much.
Right. He wanted to do too much. He wanted to bring in ramps.
I wanted to do the whole thing, give him the whole experience, right? But the college people was like, yeah, just kind of keep it mellow. We got a nice solid patch of cement that we're going to give the clinic on, a nice little stair set right there too. So you might see a few tricks go down off the stair set and for sure on the flat ground by some of the pros and kids that's going to be out there for sure.
Yeah. That's exciting. And this will be coming Saturday.
Yes, sir.
What is that date? 18th?
The 18th, Saturday 18th.
At San Bernardino Valley College.
From noon to 6 p.m.
Now, I was, as you were talking about the diversity of career, as I did a little reading and checking on African American skaters in particular, Wikipedia had a pretty long list, and I went through it to see how they were categorizing people. But the one thing that I did get to notice was it seemed that artists, hand artists, fine art artists, musicians, singers, people who had personal talents beyond the skateboarding, that they were adding as part of their autobiography, their biography, the things that they do to make a living, the contributions that they're making, so that artiste of skateboarding, it kind of spreads out in other artistic contributions to society.
Right.
And the fact that they're able to get paid skateboarding,
right?
And then we look and see that, well, he's actually an artist and he's selling a lot of paintings. So whoa, that's pretty deep. Risking injuring those fingers, catching itself.
No, that goes back to what I was telling you earlier about like skateboarding being a foundation, and then it just opened up so many doors to do other things, and it's up to you how you navigate it.
Right.
So you will see guys that's not only are they skaters, they artists, they musicians. They got their own businesses, they entrepreneurs, they philanthropists. It's a lot of different things,
That's excellent. When we come back, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'd like to hear more about the study that you were describing earlier and some of the impact that skateboarding has on developing our young folk. We'll be right back. This is Empire Talks Back. Listen, you guys, go out in the garage, pull that no, over there to the left a little bit, and pull that cloth back. There's the skateboard. I want you guys to bring that out.
Dust it off.
Yeah, dust that off and bring it out. And during the break, go hit it a couple times and give me a call. Let me know how it felt. We'll be right back.
I know we've got a long way to go.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KCAA.
Baby, look out now. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, having a great time here, hanging in the shadow of my good friend James Homer Stevens, my stepfather, my mother's husband for years, my children's grandfather. He passed, boy, but before he passed, he left a lot. He left a lot of love. He inspired. He was indeed a nourisher. And we all will miss him, but we will all remember him gratefully. Wonderful experience knowing you, my father. And we have other experienced creators here. We're talking with Coach Cooley. Coach Cooley is representing the skateboard industry here in the Inland Empire. He's putting on an exhibit to bring our kids into an opportunity to, extend themselves into something that's healthy mentally, etc. One of the things that I did was looked up African American skateboarders because I'm wondering, what's the impact there? And unfortunately, we're able to actually enumerate great black skateboarders. I think there's a couple of hundred or so that they listed. And, if we get to the point where there's a couple of thousand or too many to number, then I'm happy.
That's right. That's
right. So how we get to being beyond how do we get not just beyond, but how do we get to be an African American skateboarder? Is there something beyond the melanin content in our skin that recognizes us or acknowledges you as an African American skateboarder? Is there something else about the way you skateboard? How do you attribute the blackness of skateboarding?
One thing, skateboarding is exclusive, right? So it's welcome to anybody. So African Americans, our presence is
it's not exclusive if it's open to everybody, but to
inclusive.
Inclusive.
Excuse me.
Extra.
Inclusive is what I meant. So in the African American community, we have a big presence. So you have the 5% that's probably like the narrative of the Tony Hawk narrative.
Okay.
And then the other 95% is like street skateboarders.
I don't want to assume that everybody knows who Tony Hawk is like I do.
Yeah, well, Tony Hawk is the face of skateboarding, basically.
Right.
The Tony Hawk game, all that.
Yes. And you're saying that there are African American skaters who are of that quality, not certainly of the fame and tradition, because he inspired a lot of people, and many of those people were, as you say, black and able to do the deal. So if I'm standing across the street from some skateboarders, and I'm watching them all roll and do what they do, and they pretty much roll the same trick, right?
Right.
Am I going to be able to look at one of those skateboarders and say, whoa, that's a brother? They're all doing the same trick.
Right.
It's how do you, to me, it's kind of like Elgin Baylor, going
right.
to,
it's
going
more of
to
the style.
Whole, yeah.
Yeah, it's more deal with style. Okay. Every skater has their own style that makes them
points,
authentic.
Still 2 points, but there's something special about the way they got it.
Right. But it's more of style because, as being African Americans, we're going to bring flavor to whatever we do. We're going to bring that flavor to it. Okay. So, we be doing tricks with, something fashionable on, with some jewelry on, just being how we do it.
Make jewelry out of the skateboard.
Yeah, there's a company called El Senor. Shout out to my boy Spencer. He makes skateboard chains. Just add our twist to it.
On the skateboard, some artwork on the skateboard.
Yeah. Okay. We have that. Our company had that, DGK.
Hell, I knew that. I just was in.
Shout out DGK.
Tell us about your company. The company you work with.
The company I work with, DGK, Saved by Skateboard, and I had their Give Back program, which turned into Pushing Forward, which is the official 501c3. But I've been doing this for about 8 years.
Okay.
Going to ghettos across the world, from Fifth Ward to Houston, Miami, Philly, Chicago, everywhere, just going, to those, low-income neighborhoods and getting as many kids involved as possible and letting them see somebody that actually look like me, their cousin, their uncle, and it'll resonate with them as opposed to somebody that they not going to respect.
And you guys are basically giving away, and so that's your program where you
That's the program. We go and give away skateboards. We partner with different organizations from the YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, Salvation Army to get the kids, and we get kids on the board.
Are you partnering with any health agencies to help bend them bones back in shape after they?
We need to.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I think that's a great.
That's a great idea. That's
thing.
Forward thinking right there. I like that.
Yeah. I see that for the event that the Bibs are having, that the IHP and I know First Five and all, they do things like that to support that type of development. But certainly healthcare has to be involved, and anybody that's great at skateboarding,
right,
football, basketball, running track, ice skating, any of those things, they're gonna have sports injuries.
Absolutely.
I was watching a comedy piece the other night, and the young man was saying how, you're telling people to enjoy your lives while you're young, because when you get old, you could actually throw your elbow out by putting your glasses on. So, so we want to congratulate that aspect of it.
Right.
Ms. Lou, what else are we looking at for the Juneteenth activity on the 11th there?
Well, I'm so excited to talk about the Juneteenth event that's happening on the 18th at San Bernardino Valley College. There's going to be wonderful things taking place. It starts at noon. From noon to 1:30 is pretty much like our opening, where we're going to have the libation, the opening prayer. We are going to be honoring 9 fathers that are in the community that are so well deserving of just recognition and all they do above and beyond with in the community. So we'll be doing that, and we have wonderful speakers such as Karen E. Scott from First Vice San Bernardino, who's one of the big supporters of the Juneteenth. We have Councilman Cowan from the 6th Ward. We also had Councilman Damon Alexander from the 7th Ward. We also have the interim Valley College president. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name. Forgive me right now, and I should have my flyer up right now. But then also our main speaker, Mr. Daniels. We are excited to have him and just hear from him and all the wonderful things that he is going to be giving to us. So vendors, food, we have a pie eating contest, we have a domino competition, we have a spade competition, we also have a car show that's going to be taking place. It's just going to be a wonderful time, a lot of different things for the kids to come out. Bring the entire family out. We need for you to go.
Tell me about the food.
And register.
Tell me about the food.
We have barbecue, we have chicken and waffles, oh my God, we have snow cones, we have tacos, we have all sorts of different ethnic foods from various vendors that
food contest.
Yes,
contest.
There's a mac and cheese competition that's happening too. And that's between the hours, I believe, of 3:30 and 4 o'clock. You got to come down. The pie eating contest. There's going to be a lot of different like 3-legged races, hula hoop contest.
Pie eating contest.
Yes.
Who can eat the most pie? Or who
can eat the whole pie in a certain amount of time. Yes. And
how big is the pie?
It's a regular standard size pie.
I should be practicing.
That's somebody you need to practice if you want that. And that is actually sponsored by, I'm pulling it up right now. She is actually sponsoring 10 pies. Mama's finest pies. Yes, sweet potatoes and all that. So we're excited. There's going to be a mental health component with Linda Hart from the African American Health Coalition. Portia Dillard, she's going to be doing the journey of our hair. We also have individuals who are coming out talking about, incarceration and how, they made it through and just giving tidbits. Expungements is going to be taking place. It's going to be your one-stop shop for just resources and information. Our sheriff, who is being installed, is going to be there as well. But just a great time. You guys come out, San Bernardino Pacesetters. So thank you for giving me this time to talk about that.
Not a problem. I'm glad that we're able to once again establish that the Inland Empire is a place to be, a place you should want to be. And since you can't, listen to Empire Talks Back so that we can share with you the possibilities. We appreciate you very much. We love you. We'll see you next week under 2 circumstances. 1, if the good Lord's willing. 2, if the creek don't rise. God bless you. Thank you. See you then. Take care.
Bye.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.9.